Welcome, everybody. It is the DLLS Stars Pregame Show. We are live here getting ready for tonight's game between the Dallas Stars and the St. Louis Blues. Now, before we get into everything, there's two things to mention and then one programming note. Let's start with the ice rattling in Sam's tumbler. No, I'm kidding. Let's actually talk about the Finnish Mafia hoodies because they have been on sale for, I think, about a week and a half or so, and they are so pretty. Is Cat? It's got to be Cat on the broadcast because I haven't heard Ryan ever jump on a drop that fast. Cat was loving that last night. But anyway, Finnish Mafia hoodies are extremely comfortable. Get them now. They will sell out, and then you'll rue the fact that you didn't get one. And they're super soft. And what a better time to get one than the chilly part of the Texas calendar for weather. Then let's talk about the Die Hard only watch party. If you didn't know this, it's already sold out, so you can't get tickets. But we want to make sure that you're aware of it because January 31st, the Stars and Mavs are both on the road. Both DLLS Stars and Mavs shows will be in our studio in downtown Dallas. And we have, I want to say, about 20 diehards who have purchased tickets to come in, watch the games with us, hang out, see our pre and post. Wild Fork Foods is bringing delicious food. We can't wait to be catered to that. Obviously, I'm a foodie. When I say I'm a foodie, I just like food. So whether it's fancy shit, Gordon Ramsay, whether it's the candy upstairs popcorn that we didn't know about, yeah, I just want to eat it. So
is it, the whole point of this, are you just trying to rub it into all the people that can't come and join us?
No, what I want to do is FOMO. I want you to realize that if you aren't a diehard already, fear of missing out. That's what FOMO stands for. If you didn't get tickets or you didn't even know about it, you need to sign up to be a diehard because then you'll get the first notice, usually in the Discord lounge. There's the setup coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And you have to be a diehard to get that tickets. The first time we've done this, and it should be a lot of fun. We'll have Bobby and KG, and of course we will have Ron in there, all from the Mavs show. Luds, Sam, myself, GM Ben will be there. Ryan will be there. Tanner, our producers. Should be a lot of fun.
We're gonna have to wear earmuffs. KG is gonna be there. We're gonna be very close together with the booming voice of KG.
Yeah, and the door's wide open. It's just going to be, it'll be chaos. We should just bring in a cannon, Sam.
Yes, I like that. Who would ever do that?
Now the programming note. In case you haven't noticed, and judging by the attendance, you probably have, which is the opposite of what we said in Major League. We are not at our studio tonight, and Sam is not at American Airlines Center. We decided as a group and with our bosses out of an abundance of caution that it wasn't worth the risk of icing up roads, which probably won't happen until the overnight hours. But with our technology right now, one game of us being remote is probably not all the end all be all. So while it is weird that Sam and I won't be at American Airlines Center for a home game tonight, we'll be watching the game anyway. We'll bring you all the same stuff, and we'll get Sam for the entire pre and post game show rather than these little hits. So personally, Luds, I think that's a massive win.
I know it's a win. I mean, and as far as you two clowns, nobody's going to miss you guys not at American Airlines Center.
That's smart.
So
that's true.
There'll be extra popcorn and ice cream sandwiches not being consumed.
I'm really curious. I'm actually really curious to watch this game and see what the arena looks like because I know every year when they have this, it's been spotty, right? Sometimes people just go, and I've been to games where there's been 5,000 people in there because it's super rainy and icy.
It will not be full tonight.
Yeah, it's
my guess. Yeah,
it's smart, right?
Well, I mean, let's first and foremost, we hope everybody is safe driving to and from the game if you are going down. And of course, the next couple of days, look, it's not like this is a catastrophic weather event, but we've been a little scarred by some past issues in this area. So unlike where Luds, Sam, except for the California part, or myself, where we grew up, or Ryan in Ohio, down here just doesn't handle this kind of weather the same. We always say that because the folks up north, they're not used to the 100-degree stuff that Texans deal with. So there's a trade-off there as well. So don't feel bad about it. It's just you don't have the trucks, the salting gear, the sanders, all that stuff. Okay.
We got plenty of random supplies, though. Katie came running in with the water, and we're set for weeks.
What'd you say on that, Luds?
I said, there's nothing on the shelves. And I will say, I've been here 30 years and I'm still not used to this weather. Well,
Yes, I agree.
this
Okay.
weather,
And he
I'm
lives in
talking about
Wisconsin.
the summer weather.
You're talking about why you go to Wisconsin when it's 105
Exactly.
out here. Yes.
But then you would think that with this thing here, I'm going to Wisconsin in a couple of weeks. And as of last night, my brother or somebody sent something. It was minus 24.
Ooh. I went up to Maine a couple years ago when my dad was sick, and we landed in Bangor, and the wind chill was minus 50, and they were shutting down the airport because it was that cold. That was extreme. It usually isn't that cold in Maine, especially near the coast, but when you get wind chills in the minus 50-degree Fahrenheit, it ain't no joke. And by the way, I like what Schmitty said. He goes, I'm not concerned about me driving to the AAC. I'm concerned about the idiots around me. Same.
Yes.
I grew up driving in snow and ice and sleet and freezing rain. It's the others that didn't, that you go, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, it wouldn't. If I drove there, it wouldn't be, I hope Sam doesn't get stuck. It would be, okay, guys, where is Sam going to get stuck? So we know where to send. We know where to send help at midnight.
It'd be, Luds, did you bring your jumper cables and your tow rope? Can you get Sam out of a ditch?
I got a gift for Sam. I bought one of them little portable ones that can jump a semi. That Sam
No way.
A jump box.
One of those. I need to get
That's
the emergency tire pump. That's what I saw someone use the other day. One of the little quick ones, battery.
Yeah, you can just plug it right into your cigarette lighter, and
there you go.
There's a lot of technology out there.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this hockey game tonight, guys. As
I forgot there was a game tonight. Okay.
Here's the interesting thing. Mikko Rantanen might not play tonight because while he was due to skate the warm-up and they said we make a game time decision, I'm seeing on Twitter that it looks like he might not have gone through the line rushes. Luds, you've been through this a lot. Why would he be out on the ice for the warm-up if he wasn't going to play?
I don't understand why anybody would be surprised by any of this stuff. He didn't play the last 2 games, and the last game seemed to be like 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, and as everything else, a lot of these other guys have gone through, they're not missing just 1 day. They're missing 2-3 days. And the only thing that I'm assuming that if he's in the room with the guys and all that kind of stuff, he's not, I don't know, whatever it's called.
Contagious.
Yeah, you're past that point.
I didn't want to say that because I thought it might be the wrong word.
We've been around Sam long enough to know what is and isn't contagious.
Yeah, but we're immune to it now.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, I think it was like a 48-hour, 72-hour thing that Labushkin had, and I had the same thing. So I think it's probably something like that. And then you're not contagious, but you just still feel like garbage.
You have like one of these 48-hour things like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, every 48 hours.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, I'm sure Rantanen must have felt like he was possibly ready to go. That he went through the process. He got on the ice this morning, didn't he, for a little bit, and then go through the process tonight. And I'm sure that, I mean, if he's not going to play, obviously when he got out there, he's like, "Yeah, dude, this ain't going to work." So.
It also looks like, I don't know if you saw. Oh, and
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, Adam Ernie looks like he's in for Nathan Bastian.
So here's we're going to have Ryan put up the forward lines in a second because he's updating it right now. Let's talk about the defense while we wait for that because this is on the fly. We're doing this live. Kyle Capobianco is in tonight for Alexander Petrovic. Here, take a look at this. I would imagine they'd probably flip-flop Capo on the left, Labushkin on the right, but forget that. Just the fact that when asked about it, Gully said pregame tonight, the reason is they want more offense from the blue line, and they feel Capobianco has done that. Luds, does that track for you against a heavy team like the Blues?
100%. And that, I mean, you can see when Gully's even in some of his comments about scoring some goals and putting some in the net. And the one thing that Coco does is he gets up with the play. He makes good first passes. He's good on the offensive blue line. The only thing, if I'm Elaine, I would be talking to him to make sure, we want a little bit more offense, but right place, right time and score and all those other kind of things, because we've seen a couple times now, one paid off, a couple didn't, where Coco will get it and the puck may be behind the net and his partner kind of moves it up and he takes off right away. A couple times, well, the other night he was on a 2-on-1 and scored a goal. But the couple times prior to that, he takes off and all of a sudden he's got to get to his own blue line, his defensive blue line, and scramble to get back to the front of the net. So that's and again, when you're playing against a Montgomery team, the one thing that they will be structured in how they forecheck. They forecheck a certain way that kind of creates offensive chances when they're able to do it right. but he's structurally, they're usually very good. So that's probably an area where anybody that's trying to jump into the play or leave the zone early, make sure. There used to be a rule, not now anymore, because the flipper is just, it's dynamic, but it used to be you don't leave the zone until the puck does. Well, that doesn't literally fly anymore. So, but I think for Coco, he's in there for that reason. And I'm sure he's excited about that. And he's probably thinking he's got the green light right now to go. But Coco, just chill. And don't be putting your group into something where you're chasing something.
All right, let's take a look at the forwards. As Sam mentioned, we very much do expect to see this group with Sam Steele staying up on that top line instead of Mikko Rantanen. I thought they were going to go with Duchesne Johnston on the left and Rantanen tonight and push Steele down, push Oscar Beck down, and then decide whether or not they were going to go with Ernie or Blackwell. But Ernie is back in tonight, and Luds and Sam, that makes sense. Do you like what you saw from this group except for the lack of goals last night?
Yeah, I thought they played well, and I thought they had a depth attack, right? Like the thing that was great in Boston was the way that each line looked pretty good, right? The third line got going, the Bork looked really good, Robertson was on fire, the top line was working a little bit. It was one of the better games for Duchesne, so I liked the balance of it. And I thought the same thing if Rantanen was coming back, but I think for this, the way you line up, we talked about it last night in the post game. I think that was last night. Ernie gives you size, and Luds just talked about the big physical St. Louis Blues. I just think of Colton Parayko standing in front of the net. It's a little bit nicer to have an Adam Ernie that's going to go to that area than maybe Nathan Bastian. And also the second part, just fresh legs. So I as I expected, there would be a change on each side because why not when you don't score any goals?
Yeah, I'm really happy that Ernie's in there. I've liked the way that he's played, and I just like his perseverance, first of all, but just over his career and everything like that. And I don't know if I think he's very good doing what he does when he's coming off of the right side of the ice, though. But so but regardless, I think he understands who he is. That line understands who they are. I do have a question. How come you always call the Duchesne, Johnston, and Steele the top line?
Because they make them go first in the line rushes. That's all.
Yeah, the top
right.
The top two have been interchangeable. I always usually go with where Mikko Rantanen is. I guess I just kept doing it with Wyatt, even with Mikko out.
Yeah, I'm just curious because I just think that I think Hintz has been really good this year, and obviously Robo, and so.
Well, Luds, anyway. I'm glad you brought that up because I was listening to Gully's pregame media tonight sent to us from Robert Tiffin, and Heike asked Gully a follow-up about if he had any thoughts of playing Rope Hintz and Mikko Rantanen together, and Gully pushed back a little, not in a polite, respectful way, but how he really likes the pair of Wyatt and Mikko.
I get it. I mean, like I said, we've been doing that for a long time. You find pairs and try to complement them with somebody else. And I think there's really good chemistry between Wyatt and Mikko when he's in the line. And the same, I think what happens, I said this, a few weeks ago, when Robo plays with Hintz is the motor. He's the motor for that line. And what he does is when he comes through the neutral zone, there are defensemen, the word is out. The dude can skate. So their gap gets a little bit loose, and they have to respect what Hintz does. And a lot of times he comes through the middle of the ice. He comes between both defensemen, and then what that does, it opens up a pocket of space behind that. Basically, the vapor trail behind him, where Robo he doesn't have the same speed as Hintz, and so he can slide into that pocket, and then they can find him where you get him the puck, and then now he's coming downhill. And as we know, when he's coming downhill, especially in the middle of the ice, he's pretty damn accurate with that shot of his.
Hey, Luds, I was just going to say I was looking at the time because you just piqued my interest saying the top line. Who would you guys say the top three forwards in ice time over the season?
For the season?
Mm-hmm. Mikko.
Well, Mikko's one and Wyatt's two.
Okay, who's three?
Robo for me.
Yeah. Are you asking time on? Did you ask time on the ice?
Time on ice. Yep. No,
I would. Yeah.
Yeah, because Rope doesn't take long enough shifts.
That's the main one. I was just curious.
Usually leaves the ice faster. Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously Rantanen and Robo adds to it because they stay on the ice for the power play. But I thought that was interesting.
And Robo can stay out there.
Pretty above.
Robo stays out there because and I don't want to say coach because it makes you sound like you're lazy. He just kind of navigates the ice and he tries to find little pockets of when he doesn't have the puck and he wants, they know to look for Robo, obviously. I mean, he's a sniper. So I think he finds little pockets of ice, and you watch when he goes off the ice, he's very rarely tired. He comes off the ice, but I think that way you can get him out there all the time. And along with Rantanen, if you need him to stay out there for a couple of minutes on the power play, he'll stay out there.
Yeah, and Rope Hintz is definitely a sprinter, a workhorse. 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm out.
Yeah. All right, guys, we have a lot more to get to. We haven't even really talked about the Blues yet. We'll do that as well. Lots more on the pregame show coming up after your absolute favorite Luds and Sam live reads.
Yes.
I've been thinking.
Cannons.
Does that mean there's an emergency pod or something?
Yeah, trade.
Oh
no.
Hey, Ryan, we haven't shown the face-off collection. Is there a reason? Is it gone? Is it done? Or is this? Well, look at that.
There it is.
Here.
Man, quick draw McGraw. There it is. The green one, and apparently Sam calls the black one the nipple shirt. I'm not really sure, but
I think it should be the throwing stars, don't you?
Yes.
Like the ninja stars.
The throwing
there are some people that actually have three nipples. You guys know that?
Luds, I haven't had enough to drink for that.
Oh,
yeah.
Richard Matthew's got three nipples.
Chandler Bing has the third nipple in Friends.
Yeah, so does Maddie. Maddie's got three nipples. So anyway,
Man,
let's move on to Jamie Ben. We need to wake Jamie up. Jamie's got to get rolling. We need that. There you go. The captain needs to get rolling. That's the unofficial shirt. There you go. That's the official shirt. Jamie no longer wears that visor, by the way. The captain with two N's that I had to fix mine because I thought there was a spelling mistake. And then I asked right before we went on and found out there are two N's in captain when it comes to Jamie Benn. And apparently that has something to do with having two N's in his last name, which is just ridiculous. The last one, let's take a look at the hat collection because Sam is sporting the caddy hat. Please, Ryan, there it is. And Luds and Owen, we're a little bit more into the white one.
Yep.
The green one, when I get back to Wisconsin, we still have a train there. I will be conducting it for but I'll be there. So I'll be taking the green one with me. It's off to you, Sam.
What the hell are we talking about here?
I don't know.
Wait, you don't know what you're doing?
No, I'm talking about Luds. Where did that go? That was the craziest ride of an ad read I've ever seen in my life. I think there you go. YouTube
Fire the cannon.
YouTube supporters club is what I'm talking about. And if you want to hear more rants like Luds just did, but with all the cursing and outtakes involved, join the supporters club because there's a video on YouTube for supporters club members only right now of exactly that. True sicko level stuff. You get all the exclusive emojis, all the badges for Harry and everything else. Join it right now.
All right. Let's get back on the rails, if only briefly here, because two things. One, actually didn't think about this. I had a stat, but I wasn't expecting he was going to play tonight. But Kyle Capobianco will be playing in his 100th career NHL game tonight. He's at 99 for his career. So in his late 20s now will hit 3 digits, which is nice. And weird, bizarre scheduling. Stars played the Blues in October on the 18th.
Margarita.
Hold the margarita. We're not yet ready yet.
I thought it was muted.
No, not yet.
Okay.
But October 18th, Stars went to St. Louis and they played a pretty game. They lost 3-1. Okay, first period. They were awful in the second. And then really, other than Amico Rantanen goal late, really didn't have enough. Gave up an empty netter. They lose 3-1. Well, now, over 3 months later, they play the Blues 3 times in 13 days to close out the season series, which is a lot in a short amount of time.
And home and home with what, 3 days in between?
Yep. On Monday, they will be in St. Louis.
The Stars, I'm not.
No, sorry, Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. So 3 days off. That's crazy. I don't know if the schedule makers plan these out like to try to do it or if it just works out this way, but it's very random how you get these weird home and homes. And they're normally going to be either back to back or 2 days. So to have 3 days.
And St. Louis plays at home tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's real weird. It's good for the Stars. They don't seem to ever get these, and Saturday, Sunday, both off is nice.
The news in the pregame on Liam Bichel is a quick one, Sam, but interesting because they are talking about maybe fewer games, if at all, before the Olympic break.
Yeah, I think he's been skating now. I forget how many days, but he skated a few days.
I think about 10 now.
Yeah, he went through a little bit of a practice for about 10 minutes. But I think the key for him is no pain. So until he gets to that point, they're not going to let him go. It's the same as Nils. It'll probably happen overnight. We'll hear that he's not ready, and then he'll be ready. But he's going to travel with the team on the, I believe, the 3-game road trip. So not going to play, not expected to play, but just kind of like Jamie Benn did. I think Sagan might have done it too last year, just to get on the trip, get back with the team, and most importantly, keep skating with the team and ramp things up.
So now let's talk about the Blues. Luds, their lineup news: Matthew Joseph returns from IR. Oscar Sundqvist, who picked up a laceration on his ankle, a scary moment. He's fine, but when you have a cut like that, you really can't put pressure on it or it will open up again. So he was placed on IR to make room. Jordan Binnington gets the start. Let's take a look at their lines real quick, because the Blues haven't been good this whole season, but they actually have a better record than the Stars in January, because they've played 2 fewer games and they both have 8 points.
So just listen to this. That top line, over their last 10 games played, they have a total of 3 goals scored. The second line has a total of 4 goals scored. Stenberg, yeah. The third line has a total of 3 goals scored, and the fourth line has 3 goals scored. Those are their totals as lines over the last 10 games. So if you don't think that they're going to try to find a way to frustrate teams and play that kind of a style where, and Dallas can do it to themselves sometime by not shooting the puck. But and who's in the net?
Jordan Binnington gets the start tonight. So it's a little USA Canada preview. Luds, here's the career stats of Binnington and Oettinger against the Stars and Blues, respectively. You're shaking your head about Binnington right now.
I am. His numbers and his game has not been good. And maybe you know what? When you think about Binnington, maybe this is they want it. They're taking him to the Olympics. A lot of talk about him. He's going to be their guy. I don't get it, but he's proven it before that he can stand up in big moments. And so maybe if there's something that can jumpstart him out of what he's been in, maybe it's playing against Jake Oettinger, who could possibly be a starter in the Olympics. The way things are shaken out, in our opinion, between Hellebuck and Swayman, who knows? Maybe that's something that Monty's looking at, saying that this could be a matchup in the gold medal game. I doubt it, but it could be. So maybe that's what they're hoping to get out of it.
Yeah, right now, you talked about this a week or two ago. I can't see that. Well, they won the 4 Nations with him, but the way that Logan Thompson's playing, he has to be the first guy, right, for Canada?
No clue. You would think. I mean, but
I'd say, hey, Jordan Binnington in front of the Hockey Canada defense is a little different than in front of the St. Louis defense right now. Oh, yeah. KG in the chat.
I think it would be Binnington, go prove your spot. I think he gets the first start, and it says what you've done before, go out there. And if he does struggle, it's probably a quick leash because it's been such a struggle, but he's done way too much good for that team.
How closely will you guys be watching Justin Falk tonight, considering we've talked a fair amount about him being a trade target for Dallas on the blue line, if at all possible, sometime in the next 3 weeks? Will you be watching him pretty closely tonight?
I won't be watching him any closer than I always have. I've liked the guy. I like the way he plays. He's a heavy body. It's not like he's not a Liam Bichsel, but he will play physical in front of his own net. He tries to move people. He gets up to the ice, and lends to the offense. He's got a pretty good shot. So whether that's a target for him or not, I don't know. But I tell you what, I said this the other day, if he is a target, it's already done. I'm just saying.
Hey, Luds.
Owen.
Do you think there's gamesmanship going on between the Stars and the Blues tonight?
Well, there would be with Monty.
Like, do you think that they're messing around a bit in the warm-up? Mikko Rantanen didn't go through the line rushes, but I just pulled up the official club playing roster that they submit. And guess who's in the lineup tonight? Not Adam Ernie.
See, I don't understand. I don't think that does anything. I mean, this isn't the playoffs. They're not going to go, okay, Rantanen's not going to play tonight, so we're going to put in Jack over here. It's not. I don't think it has anything to do with it.
So Do you think they go with Duchesne, Johnston, and Rantanen tonight?
Now that means that where's Duchesne going to play? In the middle?
I would hope so. If they're going to do it, they should try it.
Too. I would hope so too. Then, and yes, that would be. I would think that that's the way you go, and I think it may be a perfect time against a team that's not playing great. If Mika was in the lineup, he always feels well, and Matt Duchesne is in the middle of the ice. Maybe Matt gets going, and there's some feel good things for him tonight.
So the lineup I sent to Ryan that we didn't use because we changed it based on what we saw in the warm up, but I thought Wyatt, Duchesne, Rantanen left to right. Robo Hintz, Bork, you keep the same. Push Sam Steele down to the left wing. You play him with Ritzgovian and Jamie Benn. And then you have a fourth lineup, Oscar Beck, Radek Faksa, Colin Blackwell. Oh, that one. That was the first one. That was my guess. And if he's playing tonight, that seems to make the most sense, doesn't it?
Let's Dan talk about Ritzy Ritz. He's in love with him.
Go ahead, Sam.
Yes, I'd love to see Ritzgovian on that line, but I really think I think Duchesne, I wrote about it today. I think Duchesne is their top priority right now. And I think we did a little video on it as well. He needs to get going because as much as we'd love it to add some piece somewhere, I don't believe they add a piece that does enough to get
Schmitty's
rid of
comment.
Mikko Rantanen.
Sam's shopping for internet while the other two talk. By the way, Luds, as I'm interrupting,
you can't read that. It's too blurry. You can't see it.
It looks perfect for me.
Hey, Luds, Andrew on Twitter just wrote at us and said, is Sam in witness security, aka or cooperating witness, blurred face, voice changer, LOL. Sorry, Sam, continue.
I don't know.
Wrap your head in tinfoil for the post game show.
Strengthen your signal a little bit.
I don't know why. I have good internet, so I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they want to know if you're on dial-up or not. Hey, Luds, let's talk about Steve Ott in the last minute or two that we have here. He has assumed head coach duties with the AHL Springfield Thunderbirds after Doug Armstrong fired their head coach, Steve Konowalchuk. Ott will be the head coach for the remainder of the season. They announced the changes on Monday this week. Monty said he will take over the power play at least until the Olympic break. Obviously, for Otter, this Steve Ott, not Jake Oettinger, this is to get some head coaching experience if he ever wants to try to go for one of those jobs in the NHL.
Oh, he wants to. He's wanted it for a few years, and I think this is to me this is another Doug Armstrong move, saying, like, here, we need to get you some experience at that position in that role and get that underneath your belt, and you kind of strap that to your resume. So I believe that this is Doug Armstrong and Steve Ott having a good conversation about what's next, and maybe Monty. That's what Monty wants too. I mean, I'm sure Army ran it by Monty also,
of course,
because they got to put somebody else in that role that Otter was in. So good for him. He's paid his dues.
It'll be interesting because with Monty saying at least until the Olympic break, I wonder if they have plans to try to bring somebody else into the staff once they have some time to think about it. But do you think that changes much for the St. Louis staff to have one fewer coach on the bench?
Maybe one fewer one that sighs after all the losses, after a goal goes in on Binnington or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, I love it very much.
One less guy to mumble under their breath.
Sam, what do you think? Obviously, Rantanen's a world-class player. What is coming back in the lineup tonight, not going through the warm-up or the line rushes, causing some confusion? I don't know. Does that mess with anything, or do you think this will be a lift that the Stars need playing a back-to-back?
Yeah, I don't even know if it's on purpose, to be honest. It could be, because sometimes they do these, but it could just be that he didn't feel well during the warm-up. I don't know how that worked, but I will say what Rantanen brings is dictating play. And I think that's what the Stars, even in the Bruins game, they have a hard time keeping the possession in the zone, right? And that's what Rantanen does all the time. Obviously, in the Bruins game, they were able to score off the rush a ton and turnovers and everything like that. But last night was just the same kind of thing. They create a little bit, then it's one and done, and they go out. They create a little bit, it's one and done. Rantanen just holds on to pucks. Let's talk about how hard he is to knock off the puck. I think he allows you to maintain possession a little bit more, and obviously world-class skill that adds to your roster.
Yeah.
Who just struggled to score any goals.
Owen, have you ever had those? Owen, have you ever wore beer goggles? Really, beer goggles?
No. I mean, had
Well,
enough to make
right
it.
now, you don't have to wear them. You just look at Sam, because that's exactly what they look like when you're looking for them.
I was going to say, I've never had physically on my eyes, but I've definitely had enough where the perception changes. So I was going to say, Luds, is you are asking for the margarita a little earlier. I don't know if this is a beer or maybe this is a scotch or whiskey kind of night. It might just be a dealer's choice as we look at Sam predicting the future.
I think we should have a counter. We should have a counter on the screen.
Sam looks this good after how many blank?
Let's see if Victory Plus could put up a counter for us tonight during the game.
I love it. Well, folks, we appreciate you joining us here on the pregame show. We will be here right after the game, a full post game. I'm not going to promise cannons and tri-corner hats. We went a little silly last night. Thank you, Ryan. But we do know that hopefully they're going to crush these guys.
Believe that they are going to crush these guys tonight.
We'll see you afterwards.